Ever wondered what the difference between a simulator and an emulator is? Well, let's break it down. An emulator is a tool, either software or hardware, that replicates one system's functionality on another, often on a completely different platform. It's like a chameleon, mimicking specific hardware components or entire systems, allowing developers to run programs designed for one platform on another. They're often seen in action when developing software for gaming consoles, mobile devices, or embedded systems. On the other hand, a simulator is a software tool that models a system's behavior without trying to mimic the hardware. It's more like a puppet master, controlling the operation of a system or process, allowing developers to study its behavior under various conditions. Simulators are commonly used in fields like aerospace, automotive engineering, and computer networks. Now that we know what an emulator and simulator are, let's delve deeper into how they differ. Think of an emulator as a mimic. It replicates the functionality of one system on another. This means it can provide an accurate representation of how software will behave on the target system. It's just like having the actual hardware in your hands, only virtual. But there's a catch. Emulators are usually slower than the actual hardware they emulate. This is due to the overhead of translating instructions between different architectures. So, emulators are all about replication. But what about simulators? Unlike emulators, simulators do not imitate. They model behavior at a higher level of abstraction. Rather than providing a direct execution environment, simulators give us a glimpse of system behavior under various conditions. They bypass the need to replicate every minute detail of hardware, focusing instead on the system's overall response. This makes simulators often quicker than their emulator counterparts. So, while emulators replicate, simulators model. Both tools, however, play crucial roles in software development and testing. So, we've learned that emulators replicate the hardware environment, while simulators model the system's behavior. When we dive deeper into these differences, we find a fascinating contrast. Emulators mimic the behavior of specific hardware components, providing a more accurate representation of how software will behave on the target system. They're commonly used in the development of software for embedded systems, gaming consoles, and mobile devices. However, they tend to be slower due to the overhead of translating instructions between different architectures. On the flip side, simulators model the behavior of a system at a higher level of abstraction. They're often used in fields like aerospace, automotive engineering, and computer networks to test and analyze performance without needing physical hardware. Simulators can be faster than emulators, as they don't need to replicate the low-level details of hardware components. Whether you're replicating with an emulator or modeling with a simulator, both tools are indispensable in the world of software development and testing.